a lot of the membership of the chamber already understands the relationship you have with the physical presence of the Stanton Street Bridge, but for your 2021 strategy, the bridge actually plays a fairly large part. Would you like to walk us through where you see Stanton Street and the bridge?
We have a great committee, ably chaired, and it's what we call our cross-border initiative. This committee matches our chamber for the first time in like 20 years with also the chambers in Juarez, and we sit down and we talk about what are the things that we can do to help each other. Now, one of the things that we had done like last year, particularly when there was discussions of closing the border and over immigration and all these things, we had a joint delegation that went to Washington for the first time in our history that we're aware. And we lobbied quite heavily with all the think tanks, our congressional delegations and others to make sure that doesn't happen. But as an extension of that, we decided that infrastructure particularly was something that really needed to be improved. So we want to make sure that I-10 can take all the trade that goes north and south and handle it and make it effortless. But so that requires some expansion and rethinking of I-10 to make sure that it's modern, artery for the future of trade. But also, I think one of the other things that was quite interesting is, and this was provoked out of this committee, is they know that we have an ownership stake in Stanton Street Bridge, and they wanted to see if we could do something about that. What could we do? We thought it was a great provocation. The idea, we think, will be to take a look at Stanton this year. Ownership of it is a bit, let's manage expectations a bit. We may own it, but it's not controlled by us. The city, the state, the federal government, Mexican government, things of this sort, all have a much bigger role in how it's actually managed than we do. But with the ownership stake we have in it, we're going to try to leverage it and look at it as an innovation lab, let's say. And what can we do to improve the aesthetics, to make it more welcoming, more digitally capable, whatever we can do, even if incremental. And it's going to require hard work. I got to be honest with you. This is one maybe the most daunting objectives we have. But we do think that it's our obligation, even if hard, to give it a shot. And so this one is, I think, going to be a multi-year activity. We've already talked to our congresswoman, and I've talked to my attorneys. We have a wonderful, like I said, that's, I think, pushing this quite well. I think we might be able to make a dent in it, and I think we're obliged to do so. When we think about how to rebuild and reimagine, this is clearly one area we should give a shot.